Varric's back! Varric's back! Oh my god!
Yay!
Oh, and we might see Toph in the future. I don't know. The Varric's back!
that
Varric! Actually, good god, this whole season is like a big reunion. I mean, it's like Zuko's alive.
This whole season's like a big apology for season 2.
It's like Zuko's alive.
We may have a Toph. We don't know yet.
I'm
if
pretty
they're
positive
dropping
we'll
hints
have a
that,
Toph. Yeah.
At least flashbacks.
And
Varric's back.
And we got
Varric's
Varric.
back.
And even Julie in the background. It was great to see her. We're getting pretty much what it is that they break the kid out and they leave the Earth Queen and they go to this kingdom that's made entirely out of metal. Well, not entirely, but mostly.
It looks like Oz to me.
It looks like a mix between Oz and Gondor.
Yeah.
Like in this beautiful metal flower.
It's gauze.
And then they find out that Lynn has a sister, a half-sister. Was she in charge of the city? Or
I think so.
Or she just designed it?
Her husband's the architect. She built the city.
Okay.
And she wanted to start a family. After sailing the world.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering how that worked.
Just like Toph, they've ended up creating like just another one of those most amazing characters ever. I'm like...
No, but how the hell did she get money to just create... That's not like just a little plate. That's like a gigantic...
Didn't you see all this stuff on her shelf? She probably went treasure hunting.
Maybe.
Who cares? It's Toph's daughter.
I know. I'm just suspicious. If there's anything these shows have taught me in Korra, it's to be suspicious.
I suspect that Airbender who showed up at...
with the shaved head, yeah.
I know.
Actually, at first I didn't recognize him.
I called him Suspicious McGee.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, it is the guy.
Yeah, they didn't really make that very long. Well, it seemed pretty damn obvious.
Yeah, no, it's...
You really even recognize him?
Well, no, for me, I'm one of those people that if you cut the hair or you just give a person glasses, I'll fall for it. I would totally fall for the Clark Kent thing.
What Clark? Where did you come from?
I totally would. I really would. A lot of actresses I don't recognize because they'll do their hair differently. I'm just like, who is that?
Witchcraft, sorcery.
And we find out there's some sort of damage history between the two sisters, and Lynn especially just wants nothing to do with the family, and we don't know why. And we also know that trio of...
it's turning into a soap opera, but in like a good way, because like I want to know.
Yeah, and was
I like a bad soap opera where I'm like, I don't care.
Those, I forget, was it 3 people or 4? The criminals that escaped.
The 4. I think it's 4.
They got this...
I think it's like one of each element.
They got someone with a third eye, with another third eye prison, which is great. I always wondered what the hell those things are, those people are. And because we only saw one before, and it's great to see another one. I missed that sound. That's a surprisingly kind of scary sound.
Well, they did mention... Zuko mentioned that it was the same type of person, like the assassin he had to take away.
But it's like, what are they? I mean, what is that eye and how they have this power? So I'm really fascinated by that. So I hope they go more into that. If they don't, it's like, okay, but I like to know. I mean, this season is the layout is still beautiful. I love that city. The
set design. You know what? I mean, I love Republic City. And I loved it a lot in season 1. I didn't have an issue with it being entirely in the city. I know you did, but it is nice to get out, like the last Airbender did, where you see all the other cultures, and now we get a new culture, the Metalocalypse or the Metalopolis or whatever it is.
And what I like is that there's always sort of this big. And you can see why. I mean, we have become consumed with, like, metal and tall buildings and stuff like that. But then there is always this thing, it's like just metal bad. And, I mean, we've seen this in Tolkien and a lot of fantasy where it's just like, metal, evil, gears, wheels and stuff. And it's nice to see something where it's like, it's a city made of metal, but it's it almost looks like plant life, and it's spaced out, and it doesn't consume everything, sort of like Republic City
It looks like some sort of early drawing for Epcot Center or something.
Yeah.
Like it's got that 1960s futuristic thing going.
Which I really like that. It's not like, I mean, granted, there's already kind of metal bending, before, certainly with Lynn and stuff like that, but to see a whole, like, whatever, town made out of metal, and it's not like, and it's not Republic City. pretty much. It's actually something that's very unique and very much its own identity. It's sort of like a mix between Republic City and the Earth Kingdom. So yeah, and Korra again is, I mean,
a rational
totally
human being.
Yeah, but still a hothead. I think that's important.
Oh no,
because,
no. Like I love it when she was getting pissed, like freaking stupid queen, and they're
yeah, no, and I always, because I don't know, because you don't see many likable hotheads in shows and movies.
Well, we
and
didn't
stuff.
in this until now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I shouldn't say that. I thought first season Korra was
like
second
it's
season
sort
Korra
of
was
setting up and
insufferable.
establishing. So she's fine, and we got the split between Tenzin and the rest of them. He's gonna go back and be a teacher now, which I always sort of like those splits when it's like a character you've been with for a while. It's like now we have to,
It's very Empire
part
Strikes
ways.
Back. One's going to Dagobah, the other's going to Cloud
And the
City.
sunset and everything.
Actually, when they split up the airships, I wonder if they're like, I'll meet you at the rendezvous point on Tatooine or something.
But it felt, I don't know, it felt big somehow. Like, even though technically nothing too huge has been going on yet, I mean, at least in terms of like the characters' arcs and everything, it still felt kind of big.
Okay, that's the writing. Like, let's really think about it. What has happened that's so epic? Probably just the jailbreak. Otherwise, think about it. We have had nothing but interpersonal drama.
Yeah, no, we have, which is...
And it works because we care about the characters again.
A part of me is sort of saying, like, I would like to get to, like I said, with the second season, again, it is a touch of an issue that I'm not seeing, like... I mean, that second season is really building, the spirit world and the human world and what will it be and stuff, and, oh, well, a lot of them can airbend. That's kind of it. Oh, there's also this incredible holy shit stuff going on, in Republic City, but it's like, she's no good at that, so let's go do this. Now, but again, it's good.
They'll get back to it.
It's good, and I don't know if they will. I think this is going to be the focus.
I don't know. They keep mentioning the words harmonic convergence.
I don't know if we're going to see...
Ghostbusters mention ectoplasm, so...
The airbending thing seems to be the main focus, so I don't know if they're going to go back.
Well, they're going to have to solve the fact that the city's covered under vines somehow. You don't start off a season like that and don't have it resolved.
I don't know. I just see it as they go back, it's even worse. Like, just at the very end, they're like, Korra, we need you back. And it's like, oh, you got a home here after all? Maybe that'll be the next season or something.
Okay, but I mean, they're going to resolve it at some point.
I guess, but it's...
I mean, it may take... Honestly, if they resolve it in the next season, that's fine. Maybe we'll have, like, an overarching story arc again instead of, like,
Yeah, no, that's fine, but I'm also
chunks.
sort of like, why didn't you do it with this one? But again, maybe they do need a space with the spirits, because we did see so many in the last season.
I don't know. Who knows? Nick has messed up this show so much. Like, we're lucky to
at the end of this
lucky
episode...
to get anything out that's, good, because they've dicked these poor creators around so much. Like, I feel bad that we rip on the second season, but I mean, legitimately, the second season has issues, but a lot of that falls on Nickelodeon. These guys can only do the best with what they're handed or told at the last second.
Well, I actually, even though, like, I agree with a lot of what you said about the second season, I don't think I dislike it as much as you do.
I don't, like, if you cut out the whole middle part of the second season, I actually would think it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the second season should have been 7 episodes. Like, it just, like, it started off great, and then in the middle it just was...
Or focus on...
Oh my god, yeah.
But with this one, the one thing I was noticing is missing, and I'm hoping Verita can help this... Varric, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm hoping Varric can help it, is... I don't think it's that funny. And I don't mean it like they're not trying to make you laugh, because they are, and
You never believed in Bolin.
He's Sokka light. I want to like him, but I don't hate him. I don't hate him, but he's Sokka light. He really is. No, but on top of that, the Earth Queen constantly sneezing and stuff like that. Like they're definitely trying some jokes, which is fine. They keep it light. Not like every joke in Avatar worked or even Korra, but. Honestly, their humor was just, for the most part, so good. And honestly, if they sort of don't want to do the humor route, that's fine. But it is like, man, yeah, these are just really kind of missing.
I'm not really missing it.
No.
I'm like, am I interested in the characters? Yeah. Do I need them to be funny 24/7? No. As Sokka Light does his job, and he's interesting. And whatever he may have going now with, the niece there, Lin Bei Fong's niece, Who
Yeah.
knows where that's going? Maybe he's finally going to get some and not either muck it up himself or have her be a crazy psycho or, maybe it's finally his moment of, moment in the sun.
Well, the thing is, yeah, I think, honestly, less humor is not a problem. I didn't need more, necessarily. And honestly, it's not god-awful humor. It's not like, oh, God, are you kidding, or anything. But at the same time, it is like, I'm watching a lot of these jokes and a lot of these scenes. I mean, there's some scenes where they'll have, like, 5 jokes on top of each other. I'm like, come on, guys, you can do, you're good at this. You're good at writing humor.
It would be great for We Get Anything.
Well, no, I'm very glad Varric's back. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yay! I mean, it was just, because that was something I realized was missing. Because with all
I was so pissed too, and he just was like written off at the end there, like, well, goodbye, and I'm like, what?
No, because that's what I was saying. I was like, if he really just disappeared into the night.
Good save.
Yeah, if he really disappeared into the night, I was like, oh, come on, that's very good.
I'm not, and not for a second am I absolutely sure that was planned. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, that was brilliant, that was planned. They may have just been like, they may have like read the reviews and been like, oh, he really loves this guy, let's bring him back. But whatever the hell it was, like, good job.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure just bring him back.
Like, I watched it with Doug and my wife just now. Like, we literally applauded. We're like, yay! Like school kids. It was ridiculous.
But that is another thing in the second season that, even though we had issues with it, I think was always strong was the comedy. As well.
No, I do miss the twins. Their brief appearance
the
earlier
twins,
was fantastic.
Are so good. And Varric. Really, majority of the new characters they introduced in second season were good, funny, enjoyable characters.
They were, but honestly, I'm way more interested in these villains than I was in her uncle as a villain in the second one. And all the new characters they've introduced, Toph's extended family now.
Yeah,
I don't even mind the kid.
Kid's fine.
But like every new character they've introduced, maybe outside of the Queen. The Queen was getting on my nerves. I'm kind of glad we're past that at least for a little while. But all of them like really interesting characters.
Yeah.
Whereas apart from the twins and Varric, I felt there was just sort of it was alright. Like, I think the weakness was the villain. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I will say that the villain, because the villain last season was such a retread and was pretty weak. I think it's great to see, like, because at first I was seeing this guy and the airbending guy, and I'm like, like, we'll see. I'm judging too early and stuff. And when he started to sort of look around and look at the culture, and he knows a lot about this, and I don't know, I like the respect of that culture he had, enough to even know the moves. It's like, what is his backstory?
And the poetry.
Yeah, and he doesn't look at like, yes, I will destroy all of this. There is sort of this respect for it, which I kind of
And that was an oh shit moment when he's there in front of the kid, like with the poetry in his hand, and you're just like, what's he gonna do? Like,
they hold on that smile for a minute.
Yeah, it was really kind of creepy. Like, is he just gonna take her out now, run off with her, and then we end up with a nice fight, which is also really nice because one thing I did miss, particularly in the first 2 seasons, is the airbending. I miss seeing that Aang style of fighting, and we've got it. Like, we just have so much.
Now
of
we got it everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's great. I miss that. Like, because obviously Last Airbender was all about the airbender. I feel like we've been just kind of missing that, for the most part. The other ones, even though she's been trying to learn, but now we've got full-on real kick-ass airbending fights, and it's awesome.
The kids are still really funny too. The little bald kid teaching them how to airbend.
You're a disgrace.
Yeah, it is great. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see him do.
Why is Charlie Brown teaching us?
So yeah, I'm trying to think. There's any other.
Do you love that ad? We can only watch it on Nickelodeon. You're never going to be able to see it online.
Yeah, you can't see it online, and it's like, I wonder why you're pushing this so hard. So, I don't know what to think of that, honestly, because it kind of seems like...
It is, the Nickelodeon's like a rudderless ship. It really is. I don't know what is going on over there. They're turning into like the freaking DC of like kids networks. It's
turning into DashCon a little bit. Just with Korra. I don't watch the rest of the channel. Maybe the rest of it's incredible. Maybe SpongeBob has gone epic. But
I somehow doubt that. I think the best thing they got on right now is probably TMNT, the newest
Yeah, so I hear that
TMNT
one's
version
good, yeah.
4.0, which I've seen some of it. It's actually not bad. But like when they get a good thing going, like there's no problem with Korra. Korra has respect. It has critical acclaim. And they have this wonderful product here based on a franchise that they had back a few years ago that has also just been this international success. And like, what are we going to do with this? I don't know. How do we screw this up? Find a way. Do it. Like,
I hear she's going to be in a ball pit. I just found out about this con. This will be 100% dated, like in a week, I'm sure. But I just found out.
He had to tell me apparently about this con.
Yeah, we went to a good con. We were at
Korra. With Korra, she was
Yeah.
there.
We didn't get to talk to her, but she was there.
Janet.
Janet Varney.
Varney.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a blast because they did a voice acting panel.
She was very funny. She's very funny.
Rob Paulson, Maurice LaMarche, it was Janet Varney,
And Vader Zim.
Yeah, I can't remember that dude's name. I always just call him Vader Zim.
Zim.
Like an asshole. Like he's like, I have a real name. You know what? He had a good sense of humor. He'd be fine with it. But yeah, and the funny thing was, I was telling Doug afterwards, we had to duck out early because we had a panel of our own to get to. I didn't want to tell our fans we were watching better, more talented people. Like we couldn't talk to you guys, but. You know, like Maurice LaMarche and Rob Paulson. You know, Rob Paulson kind of sounds like Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but Maurice LaMarche has like a normal voice. So a lot of times it's like a put on with the voice. Like they're doing impressions, they get into a certain zone for the voice. Janet Varney, she just sounds like Korra, and it was really amazing, but also surreal because it was like you just had Korra answering random questions. I mean, just random questions about what your favorite food is and stuff like that, you know, and it was an interesting experience. She's got a great sense of humor, too.
Yeah. So no, it was definitely cool. And apparently, a fan told us, I don't know if it's true, but apparently she's heard of these vlogs.
We're sorry.
Yeah. Like she said,
I wish we could like all the episodes. It's not your fault. I actually think the voice acting's great.
Well, we still like the show.
No, we do like the show. I say season 2 has problems, but I would never say it's bad.
Yeah, honestly,
it's more entertaining than almost anything else on television.
Yeah, I mean, I think even with the Avatar, vlogs and like the Adventure Time and stuff, it's like when we talk about something that's bad, it's sort of like by their own standards, by the incredibly high standards they've built. Which is why it's so nice when they actually continue to hit those standards like they are in this season. And yeah, it is interesting. Like I said, it's mostly family dynamic stuff, but I'm interested, and it's surprisingly not.
I want to know what that backstory is with Toph's family.
I mean, before it's like
you get Lin Beifong to cry, I'm like, oh my god.
No, that was a big one to me. The big one was where she tells the niece to piss off. I was legitimately like pretty shocked at that. I'm like, wow.
Well, and the whole the awkward dinner scene. Like, I was like, oh shit, not pulling any punches, are we?
Mm-hmm. So I say the only other thing I can think of top of my head, because I was thinking like, wait a minute, why would she hire Varric? Because he is, was it not convicted presidential kidnapper?
Well, maybe Metalopolis is like Switzerland. It's just neutrality, and he's got immunity.
Well, I was gonna say too, with her backstory, they show very much she went along her own way, and she was with the performing group. Then she was with pirates. Then she decided she wanted a family.
Said she hired a pirate
exactly.
chef.
So I think no, but even then I was sort of like, is that wise? But you see that she probably really has gone through this life of doing this.
Well, and maybe that's what's also pissing Lin Beifong off.
I was gonna say, or she's planned something.
Cue the popcorn guy.
It could be. I mean,
I don't know. If she ends up being a villain, then that is also redemption for season 2, where everybody literally looked at the uncle and was like 10 seconds into like villain. Like where it wasn't even. It was just like this would be quite the twist.
Yeah, this I don't know.
I don't know if they're gonna do it. I'm not sure if I want them to because I really like the character.
No, I don't want them to either. But it's a possibility.
The fact that I could look at that as a possibility shows how much better the quality of this season is.
Yeah,
too.
No, I agree. Trying to think any other closing thoughts here.
I think the only thing that confuses me is our main villain didn't know how to airbend. He gets the powers via harmonic convergence magic. By the way, I gotta say, sometimes I feel sorry for voice actors, because how do you say that with any dignity?
Harmonic
convergence. Well, I was able to split the spirit when you went into your harmonic convergence. It's like saying lines like that. You just gotta be sitting there in the sound booth going like, oh man, that's gonna be rough. But he gets it from the harmonic convergence, mononucleosis thing or whatever, and it implies that he was studying airbending. But if this is kind of like a martial art in Tai Chi, I would think that you would have to learn this by watching and doing and training and not getting it out of a book. You get some basic things out of a book, but he seems really adept at this for not having studied under any sort of teacher.
Maybe he did and was taken away by thumb magic or whatever.
It could be. Like, maybe they're going to write that in at the end. That's the only big question mark over my head at the moment. I'm just like, how did he get
There's a lot. I don't know his story at all, so I'm really fascinated.
Yeah, I'm like, how did he get that good? I'll be interested to see what they come up with. So
yeah,
and that's the great thing. I'm really interested to see what they're coming up with. Like, there was that moment in the middle of the second season where I just kind of lost interest, and it's like, it's good to be
and then
really
it brought it back
into
again,
the show again. Yeah, and they brought it back, but the thing is, I wasn't looking forward to it.
I still was.
I wasn't looking forward to it in the sense that once people told me, oh no, this episode is, because we tend to be an episode or two behind.
Yeah.
You know, once they said the internet exploded, it's like, oh no, it's the whole backstory of, you know, how bending came to be, and it's really amazing, I gotta watch it. Then I was into it, but I wasn't assuming it was going to be great, because it just was kind of,
yeah. Doing a bit, yeah.
But, yeah, not this season. I'm
definitely interested, and yeah, I can't wait to see where it goes next. Won't you join us?
Yes.